Hey golfers, in this next video I'm going to show you how to start the takeaway in golf. Keep watching. Hey, it's Troy from headingitsolid.com here. Thanks for watching. So in this video I'm going to be showing you how to start the takeaway in golf, and it goes without saying, if you make a great takeaway, it really helps you make a fantastic golf swing. But on the other hand, a poor takeaway makes the rest of the golf swing a lot more challenging. A lot more compensations are needed to fix up for that poor takeaway. So when I'm talking about the takeaway, if I set up to one here, this is the same for an iron or a driver too. It makes no difference. The same principles apply. When I'm talking about the takeaway, I'm talking about that point where we take the club away. Look, for me, the takeaway sort of finishes roughly about when those hands get just past that rear thigh, somewhere around that position there. That would be deemed for me the takeaway. Now, you'll see lots of pro videos showing during this video, and you'll notice one of the key things that the pros do that most amateurs that have problems with the takeaway don't, is when they take the club away, the club head is either in line with the hands going this way, or the club head's either outside of them. It's either one or the other, slightly different for all players. But with a lot of amateurs, most commonly, and I used to do this all the time, and it's one of the things I battle against every now and again, something I also check, is rolling that club inside. Very common. The other one is hands go out, club goes back in. That's very common. I see that one quite often. You might be able to relate to that one. And less common, you might just move the hands and arms away together out in this direction here. Any one of those, if you do it incorrectly with your takeaway, it'll cause some sort of compensation in the rest of your golf swing, and we want to eliminate those compensations. So I'll show you. I've just got an alignment magnetic tool here, and I want to show you why doing those things in your takeaway are so destructive and what you can do. There's two really simple things you can do to fix it really fast. So I've got this lined up at the ball at present as I set up. Now, as I said, most commonly is rolling those wrists in. And you'll see what that does. It puts the face way out, pointing behind me up towards the sky. Or even someone that might make a decent takeaway, but they'll have the face wide open and it's still pointing over up high in this direction here with the toe up. Okay, so you might think your takeaway is okay, but you still have that face wide open. Now, I'm going to assume you have a neutral to slightly strong grip, because the grip can affect the takeaway, what the face is doing. What I would like to see you do in your takeaway with that club head, and this is so key, especially if you're someone that slices the ball, when you move the club away, I want you to feel like that face is pointing either at the golf ball or just down towards the ground in that sort of position there. Because if you do that, it makes the rest of the golf swing so much easier to get the club into the slot on plane and be able to hit the golf ball solid. So that's a great checkpoint for you. Check your golf swing on video is really handy, or even do some work in front of a mirror and work on getting that face pointing more at the ball or towards the ground in your takeaway. You can see that it's pointing just slightly outside the line of the ball, but it's more towards the ground. It's not up here like that. It's more down like this. And that will enable you to be a lot more consistent. So what can you do to make a better golf swing takeaway? Let's get rid of that. So I want you to set up to one now. Jump out of your chair. First one I'm going to show you, just grab a club, just choke down on it a bit. And I want you to, as you make your takeaway, really focus on this grip end, the butt end of the club, staying between your forearms. Because what happens when you do that, as you rotate, I'll do this nice and slow, you'll see if I can keep that grip in between my forearms, I can comfortably keep that club head outside my hands or in the line of my hands and make a really nice takeaway. However, if I do this, you can see that grip starts pointing out this way. Or if I do the opposite, which is really rare, have it pointing out way to the right. So really feel like that grip. This will force you to make a really nice turn with your big muscles as you make the turn. Let's have a look. You won't be able to see the grip as clearly from this angle, but this will show you how good it will enable you to get the club head in your takeaway. So as we go back, you'll see there, I can keep that club head outside my hands and get it in a really great position. Now this next key, this is really powerful. I did a short video on this recently, which was really well received. So I'm guessing that you got a lot out of it, and I wanted to share that with you in this video. So during your takeaway, I want you to feel a slight hinge up. Now remember, I'm saying hinge up, not hinge back, by pushing on the butt end of the grip. So I'll show you from both angles. So as I make the takeaway, I'm going to slightly push on the butt end of the grip with my left hand, my lead hand. And what that'll do, that enables me to make a nice takeaway, club head outside my hands or in line, rather than the opposite of that, having it hinge back, and that pulls the club head behind you. This angle will show it really clearly. So as you start your takeaway, let's move up here a bit. I want you to hinge up. And you can see that club head's in a great spot. All I'm doing with that lead hand is putting a slight little pressure on the edge of the grip like that, and you'll see that enables the club to hinge up, and it keeps it on that nice, beautiful plane. Club head's in a great spot. You're in an excellent position to make the rest of the golf swing. So if you think those two keys will help you out with your takeaway, make sure you smash that like button. I really appreciate that. Now I've got a video coming up. Now this talks about how you can make a shorter backswing and increase your power in the golf swing. So this ties in with making a great takeaway, which I've covered here. So make sure you watch that video. It's coming up. Do you want to know how to make a better golf swing? Click and watch the video on your screen now. It's going to go into more detail about how you can make a shorter backswing and get more distance and play better golf. Do you want to know how to play even better golf? Consider subscribing to the channel. And remember, if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. I will get back to you. Thanks for watching. See you next time.